Good evening, all. Welcome to the
Whoa,
Pinfall Podcast.
your camera got all funky.
We got a little funky too.
Oh man. Okay, you're fixed. That was weird.
Um, it's just on rave mode. Don't worry.
Ah,
Um,
nice.
welcome to the Pinfall Podcast. I am your host, Liz. My stomach hurts, and I'm joined as always by my co-host, Marcus, whose stomach doesn't hurt, I assume.
Nope.
Um, might have been because somebody had dairy. Anyways, or it could be because I watched Raw.
Also
Both are
possible.
both are known to have adverse effects on my body.
Mm-hmm. Before we get started, just want to say thank you to Haas00312 for the follow. Welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome. What's she doing today? She's got a day. She's in her own zip code.
So it was Raw. Wasn't very good. We got some new matchups, new storylines. We got some fresh stuff. That's fun.
There, as per usual, some stuff in the men's division was actually kind of spicy. I liked it.
Yeah, yeah. Um, we got Damien going after Bobby, although it doesn't seem like for long. It seemed like a one-time thing, but now maybe Sheamus is going after Bobby. That's fun.
Yeah.
While,
So
while
I go on.
I was gonna say, while SmackDown is having only legends go for the title, we'll probably see Sheamus go for the title, which a full-time member on the roster, that's a lot more exciting than part-timer going for it.
And that's gonna be a pretty sick match, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we'll it'll depend on the match tomorrow. If the match tomorrow is a clean finish, we know it's not
I
going
mean,
to go
next
for
week.
time. Yeah, sure. Next week, if it's a clean finish, it's not going to be for the title. If something dirty happens, then it's safe to say Sheamus is going for that title.
Yeah. I was a little nervous because the way it kind of looked like it was going to work out was like, oh, you know, Sheamus and Damian have beef. Drew and Bobby are going to have beef, and we're going to go back to that whole schlock, even though I don't think we technically can.
Mm.
But we didn't do that, and I was actually really pleased.
Yeah. Yeah. The Sheamus's anger towards Bobby makes a ton of sense, given what happened today. We got a new contender for Charlotte Flair, who is now Raw Women's Champion. I gotta update this entire graphic down here. The only one who's still champion is Bobby. Now I gotta change everyone else. And Charlotte's new contender is Alexa Bliss.
Or it's Lily.
No,
You didn't get
it's
any
Lily.
clarification on that.
I'm actually really excited to see where they take that, because Charlotte and Twisted Bliss could bring an interesting dynamic. It all depends on how far they take the supernatural stuff. Like Bliss versus Eva Marie, that had zero supernatural stuff at SummerSlam. You would think it would have, but it didn't. Shockingly. Maybe that's a good sign.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not. I'm not like insanely mad that this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not really excited for it, I guess.
Right.
Um, but I am kind of excited to not see Rhea and Nikki going at it right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And they worked as a tag team today. I hope they don't stay as a tag team, but I hope they do something with them. But the big moment of the episode in our little wrap up of the episode real quick. Miz and Morrison broke up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a shocker. Didn't see that coming so soon. But
I thought they were gonna Sasha and Bailey us a little bit.
yeah, kind of keep teasing it over and over and over. But yeah, Miz attacked Morrison, and you know what? Happy it happened, because Morrison has been giving the ring work of his life, of his entire career now, and him as a singles guy, it'll be unbelievable.
And I think this is gonna be a pretty sick feud.
Yeah. Although Morrison did say it was gonna end next week, so maybe it won't be that long of a feud.
I mean, knowing the WWE, that is what we'll do.
Although Raw seems to be doing different stuff, because Jinder and Drew ended quickly. They're announcing matches for next week, which they never do. And they're giving us new stuff before the draft. Oh, maybe they broke them up for the draft. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
And I would not be wouldn't be totally shocked if Shayna and Nia break up soon.
Yeah. Although they did just like kind of rekindle themselves after kicking out Reginald.
True.
But yeah, the Miz will do great on his own too, because the way I see it, face Miz is the best in ring, but heel Miz is the best character, and right now he's giving some great character chops. So hopefully we see a lot more of that when he's singles. Yeah. You want to do some news?
Yeah. Not a ton of news today, shockingly. Or maybe I just didn't have the attention span to do the news.
Maybe.
When it comes to like doing Monday's news and sometimes Friday's news, it's one of those things where I'm just like, I don't really want to have to go through 4 days worth of articles. But with that said,
I mean, I feel like the stuff that happens day of is what matters the most.
I mean, I try to keep it to the most notable shit anyways. But with that said, first things first, CM Punk is breaking records left and goddamn right. Rampage the first night had 700,000, I think, viewing. And then Rampage with CM Punk's debut had a viewership of 1.13 million. Which is, or more like 1.129, but whatever. Which is just mind-boggling. The shirt that he wore, the version of that on PWTs is the most broke the record for most sold t-shirt.
It sold so well that they had to do a version that didn't have the black on the neck and the sleeves, just to make more.
Wow, God. And I think Pro Wrestling Tees' website crashed the other day.
Yeah. Should have gotten.
But with that said, there's still a chance.
Yeah.
I think the second most sold design, I think that was the Brody Lee charity shirt.
Yeah.
Because that's the last time I heard about any of those records getting broken.
Yeah.
Which is fucking bonkers. Now we'll go into some WWE news. Cena confirmed his departure from WWE, which is phrased weirdly. The way it sounded to me was like he's leaving the WWE. I don't think I just think he's not going to show up again.
Right. Yeah, no, Summer of Cena's ended. And he's off to film, what is he filming? Something called Argyle or something like that?
I feel like it was like just yesterday I was talking about the Summer of Cena schedule.
Yeah. It was very quick.
It feels so recent.
He had one TV match.
Anyways. And on top of departures, Adam Cole apparently at this point still has not signed a contract. And there's speculation saying that if he hasn't signed one now, he's probably not coming back to the WWE.
Yeah. We've talked about this before, and I hope he says goodbye, moves to AEW, where he'll be even better utilized, probably paid better.
It's interesting because the only thing that he's done so far is tweet a GIF.
Yeah, the Adam Cole Bebe GIF.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on.
Meanwhile, Kenny and the Young Bucks have been tweeting out shit left and right.
Really?
Yeah, Kenny posted a picture on Instagram of dead Adam Cole. Because
Was that why the Young Bucks changed their bios to a seance?
it was a ghost emoji, then it was a seance, because in BTE they killed Adam Cole.
Oh yeah, okay, I knew that. I knew that.
The Young Bucks have also been posting stuff. And I mean, they were hinting so much about CM Punk, and we're on the mark with that. So maybe they're doing the same with Adam Cole.
Maybe. It's just curious to me, and I'm interested how this is going to affect up, down, down.
Yeah, that's the saddest part about this, in my opinion.
Because I mean, it's one thing for Breeze to have been released and not have gone to AEW, but if Cole goes right to the main competition, that's gonna suck. I'm trying not to think about it like that, but like,
yeah, maybe the reason he hasn't signed a new contract is because he wants to think about up, down, down first and talk to Woods, see if they can figure something out if he does leave.
I don't know.
I doubt he would want to leave him high and dry like that without having that conversation.
I mean, they're friends. Yeah. It's the fucking annoying thing about up, down, down is that it's like it always sits in the back of my head where I'm like, but what are we gonna do?
It would just be Woods and Xavier, or Woods and Cesaro.
It's just Woods and Xavier now.
Me, myself, and I. The gang's all here.
And final piece of news, take how you will. And this was actually kind of confirmed by today's NXT promo, but Nick Khan has confirmed a complete reboot.
You cut out a complete reboot of NXT. She is completely frozen. I don't know if she can hear me anymore. Hopefully she leaves the call and comes back, but let's see. There she is. There she is.
I don't know for how much longer because Discord just refreshed itself. Okay. Hi, I'm back.
Yeah.
So, where did you lose me?
The complete refresh of NXT, or complete rehaul, or whatever.
Okay, so Nick Khan said, in terms of an NXT rebrand, look for it in the next couple of weeks. It's going to have a whole new feel. A whole new look. It's going to have a whole new feel, and we believe because a lot of the indie wrestlers if you will, have come through our system are on now. We don't want to keep doing that same thing.
You cut out. You go back and say that one more time.
I'm gonna go insane right now. Where'd you lose me this time?
Do you have a baseball game streaming on your laptop right now?
I do have a baseball game streaming on my laptop right now.
God damn it.
Okay, let's see if that fixes any of our problems. Knowing my connection to the internet. It's not going to solve them, but maybe. Anyways, shall I try that one more time?
Yes.
Okay. Khan said, in terms of an NXT rebrand, look for it in the next couple of weeks. It's going to have a whole new look, whole new feel, and we believe because a lot of indie wrestlers, if you will, have come through our system and are in our system with SmackDown and Raw now, we don't want to just keep doing that same thing. We want to look elsewhere for great young talent.
Why not do both? I mean, essentially what he's saying, and it's safe to say, this is not Nick Khan making these decisions. He's the fall guy. He's the guy. He's the guy that puts himself in the front line and is the messenger so that he can take the flack where the wrestling guys actually make the decisions, like Vince. But they want non-indie guys so that they can own everything about them. They want to own their name. They want to own their likeness. All that. And not have any rep from the indies at all. No following prior. They want to own everything about these guys. As we saw with AJ Styles, who owns his name, filed those trademarks and everything. But there's also the idea that they want NXT to replace the indies. They want to take all competition from the indies and just put them in NXT instead. Because in WWE's eyes, they are the end goal.
It's so depressing.
Yeah. We don't know for sure it's gonna be bad. We don't. But it doesn't look good.
Yeah, it's like we don't know that it's gonna be bad. It's sort of like when you're like, the only thing I can like think of is like, imagine you're like walking down a street and you see smoke coming up. It's like, well, either the house is on fire or somebody's got a bonfire going.
Mm-hmm.
So it could either be fine or it could be, oh my god, oh no.
Yeah. Now, if we're going back to like the 2014 NXT, that's like Drew McIntyre, Bobby Roode, not a bad era in NXT. Curtis Axel, not great, but you know, I wouldn't say that era was entirely bad if that's what we're using as the comparison for what's happening now. But if the idea is to make NXT look brighter and more colorful, less grungy, that's a bad direction. That's so far from where NXT should be.
And you know why? You know why they're doing this?
Why?
Because AEW is fucking vibrant. But it works for them.
Yeah. It's because you have AEW has the dark atmosphere, but uses colorful lights, which contrast well with the dark stage. But I feel like this is the wrong way you should go, because NXT, like trying to mold NXT into being more main roster in order to gain more viewership for it, I feel like is the wrong way to go, because you're hitting a niche with NXT. And niches are good because the viewership that you get is hardcore for you. And I don't know. I feel like it's harder to gain a ton more viewership and a lot. It's harder to gain viewership than it is to maintain it when it comes to a product like that. I don't know. They were hitting it. They were hitting the environment right. And while it is a low viewed product compared to the main roster, I feel like that should be an opportunity they should take to do stuff that you can't show on the main roster. Like have more brutal matches because it's less of a kids program.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you can hit the same demo in every product you do. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
I think that's the whole point of having different brands.
Yeah.
You know? Like, shouldn't the entire point of having different brands be that you're trying to kind of loop in different viewers?
Well, for the main roster, what they're just trying to do with the different brands is just be on more than one day in the week. It should be to diversify the demo and really hit all those nails, all the demos, but no, they're going for a specific one for every brand now.
Yeah. Spreading themselves thin and wide.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I can't change the sign to tell you that I'm done with the news. I'm done with the news.
Okay. All right, so now let's move into our Raw recap. Some stuff happened on Raw. Stuff happened. That's it. So we started with Bobby Lashley and MVP out in the ring. If you remember last time, or on SummerSlam, if you watched, Bobby and Goldberg had their match. Bobby was injured, the storyline was he got injured and had to quit the match. So MVP says, when Goldberg showed up on Raw, myself and Bobby were shocked that he would even show up and challenge for Bobby's WWE title. I'm like on it today. Or not on it, rather. I'm off my shit.
Off the shits?
Off the shits. Either way, what we do know is he's a WWE Hall of Famer and powerhouse. No, I didn't skip a line. Okay. That makes him a worthy challenger. What we didn't know is he would show... What we didn't know is that he would show up with his son. Did he need moral support, or maybe he needed a distraction? What we do know is he showed up and looked amazing. I'll be honest. There were times where he backed the Almighty up. He scored a couple of 2 counts. He made Bobby angry. The angrier he gets, the stronger he gets. He found that out the hard way. Bobby beat the holy hell out of Goldberg, and Goldberg's career, only a few men have beat him. There is one man that has stopped Goldberg. Bobby Lashley. Goldberg didn't have a leg to stand on. He quit. He's a coward. The end result is Bobby is still WWE champion. Out of nowhere, someone jumps the barricade and attacks Bobby from behind. Like a coward. He did what he would do to anyone who would jump the barricade. He didn't know who it was. He'd do it to you. We know that would happen. We know that would happen here tonight. We're in San Diego and you're all a bunch of cowards. Oh, that won't happen tonight. All a bunch of cowards. If anyone thinks Bobby owes Goldberg or his son an apology, Bobby grabs the mic and says, "You can go to hell." Yeah, Bobby's just gonna pull a fucking Triple H or Chris Jericho, just beat the hell out of whoever jumps the barricade. Damian Priest then comes out and says, "Let me get this straight. you're out here running your mouths. You're calling Goldberg a coward. MVP says Bobby injured him. Damien says he jumped him after the match. Then you're calling these people cowards. That make you feel good, Bobby? Makes you feel big? I ain't jumping you from behind. I'm here face to face to challenge you to a match 1-on-1 tonight. To be clear, you don't accept. You're a coward. Bobby then attacks Damien. Damien fights back. Bobby says, MVP says, you asked for it. He's gonna change and come back and whoop your behind. And he literally goes back, changes, and comes back out. And we even get his entrance again. For Bobby versus Damian Priest.
Yes. Hell of a promo.
Yeah. I'm surprised there weren't any what chants today.
Yeah, shocking, actually.
Not even with Logan Paul. They were just trying to boo him out of the building, though.
We'll talk about that promo later. That was a lot. Like, that made me so uncomfortable. Anywho. So, Priest lifts Damien up, slams him down. We get shoulders to the midsection of Priest in the corner. A clubbing blow across the face to Priest. Lashley basically spears Damien into the corner again. Hits him with a DDT, and then Priest hits Lashley with a boot to the face. Massive lariat. And then Sheamus interrupts and DQs the match because he's still pissed about the title. And then Drew interrupts the interruption.
Drew is the interruption.
Isn't he, though? So, the moment Sheamus interrupted... Actually, the moment Drew interrupted, I was like, I know what we're doing.
Yeah.
But that leads us right into McIntyre and Priest versus Lashley and Sheamus. So, we start with Drew versus Sheamus. There's a shoulder tackle to Drew. Sheamus starts raining down blows onto Drew. Drew just drops Sheamus through... Drew just drops Sheamus, though. Hits him with a big snap suplex. Lashley gets in off of that. Lashley goes for a spear after clobbering Drew in the corner. Drew just lifts a boot to stop him. Like, straight up just lifts his leg up. I was like, okay. You are tall. Fair enough. Sheamus gets in off of that. There's an abdominal stretch on Sheamus. Priest gets in. He kicks Sheamus in the chest while he's in that stretch. There's a spinning back elbow to Sheamus and then an elbow to the face. Finally, we get a big front slam. Priest sends another elbow into the mouth of Sheamus. And then he, skedoodles closer to the Sheamus Bobby corner. And Damien kind of, locks eyes with Bobby. And I said, huh. Okay. Which, knowing the end result of tonight, I'm even more, huh. Okay. Anyways. So Bobby catches Damien's eyes and distracts him just long enough for Sheamus to send him out of the ring, gets Lashley in. Lashley rams Damien into the corner and then the ring post, and then he throws him into the barricade. He runs Priest into the post again. We get a headlock on Sheamus, or headlock on Priest from Sheamus. Once we're back in the ring, Damien then slings him down, goes to tag Drew, but Sheamus grabs him, hits him with a rolling slam. Bobby gets in. There's a triangle lock on Damien's poor little neck, and Lashley will not let go. Won't let him tag out. Sheamus gets back in. There's an Irish Curse backbreaker to Priest, and then Priest starts fighting back with elbows to Sheamus and a shoulder into his spine. There's a big lariat that drops Sheamus, though, and that gets Drew in, that gets Bobby in. We get an overhead toss suplex, and then another one, and then a neck breaker, and then my favorite part of the match. Drew McIntyre counts from 3 to 1, counts down. Once he hits 1, he turns and punches Sheamus.
That's what he was really counting down for.
That's what it felt like, and I was like, you know what? I get it. You two are still drama queens, so it's understandable. Um. So Bobby finally gets up, choke slams Drew. Drew sends Bobby into the post. Sheamus gets in. He tosses Drew to the apron. Drew ends up going up top. Sheamus meets him up there and hits him with a super white noise. He attempts the brogue, but Drew avoids it, gets Damien in. Damien kicks Sheamus over the top rope, hits a leg lariat from the second rope, knocks down Bobby as well. Damien then runs right into a pump knee strike. And then Bobby abandons Sheamus. Just decides that he's had enough.
Yeah.
So at that point, he leaves. Sheamus is all alone, and Drew gets in and hits a huge ass fucking Claymore to win.
And yeah, this doesn't re-spark any feuds. It starts a new one. Interesting.
Are we allowed to do that?
I guess so. We're allowed to have some good writing now. A little bit.
As a treat.
So we then have an interview with Dewdrop. She says, I made a mistake associating with Eva. I didn't sign up to be spoken down to. She thought she can give me the name Dewdrop, but you know what? I like that name. And the next time I see Eva Marie, I'm gonna Dewdrop her. But then Eva slams a production cart into her, and then slams her face into the cart repeatedly. And then we go back to the ring for Carrion Cross versus Ricochet. And let's talk about Carrion's gear real quick. It looked awful. He tried to wear like this Roman helmet? Like a gladiator. That's it, a gladiator.
Yeah.
Like looked like it was straight from Gladiator, and he had straps crossing over his front. Miriam said they finally got him to wear a mask. But it looked so stupid. It looked like the whole thing was made out of foam. It didn't look right on his face at all. It looked so stupid. And they are. It seems like they are actively trying to fuck this guy over.
Yeah, I know.
Like, we know that the WWE gear, costume, clothing department, whatever, they're really good. They're really good at what they do.
Yeah.
And the fact that they do this, like, say what you will about the Retribution masks, at least those looked good. Like, they were well designed. I would have taken
Slapjack any day over whatever the fuck Carrion was wearing.
Imagine Carrion just comes out in Slapjack's mask.
Honestly, we would have seen it more than we've seen Shane.
Imagine every week Carrion comes out in a different pre-existing mask. First it's Slapjack, then it's Sheamus's face guard, then it's the Kane or the Undertaker Phantom of the Opera mask, then it's Kane's mask, then it's Rey Mysterio's mask. It's every time something new.
So, Mark, before we go into this, I've got a question for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you forget?
No. What wrestler is most likely to bring luggage onto an airplane?
I know the answer to this, but what?
Carrion Cross. Carrion Cross. Get it?
I love that you just pronounced it normally the first time.
I fucked up.
Oh, nice attempt. It was a nice attempt. Oh god.
I forgot how I led into that joke too, so that's why I had to take a second because I was like, I don't remember how this goes. But I meant to say that joke like I meant to say it like 14 times in the past like month, and I never did.
You proud of yourself?
I'm really happy with that joke. Carrion Cross. Incredible! How does she think of these things?
You should just say Carrion. Is it a cross? Carrion, luggage. I don't know. Anyway, you want to start the match?
That is the point.
You want to start the match?
Yeah.
That was a great joke.
Thank you. I put in my notes Carrion joke, just so I would remember to tell it.
But speaking of Carrion and jokes, this match, this is how Carrion should have been booked from the beginning, but we're too late into it. We're too late. He already lost to Jeff Hardy. He can't go back.
Yeah. This I don't even know why I'm recapping this match. There's a kick to Carrion's leg, which was around the time I started paying attention, and a clothesline to Ricochet, and then a Doomsday Saito suplex and right into the cross jacket. That's what happened. That's it. My joke was longer than that.
Yeah, it was. Which was longer, this or Becky beating Bianca?
Both were disrespectful.
Yeah, you're right. Eva Marie attacking Dewdrop was longer. So then we get Sheamus and Bobby Lashley backstage. Sheamus storms in and says, "What was that?" Bobby says, "You and I are not business. Deal with it or else." And Sheamus says, "Or else what?" And then it was contention. There's a feud. It's looking good. We'll see what happens next week. And then we get Moist TV.
Oh my god.
With special guest Logan Paul. I'm glad it seems like he's just a one-off today. I'm hoping that's how it goes. Just a one-off. He hasn't come back for the extended feud. But Logan Paul comes out, and Morrison says, "I can't think of a better way to make a splash than with a celebrity of your caliber." And meanwhile, the crowd is booing the shit out of Logan. Like
bad.
Yeah, it's so bad that you cannot hear Logan say anything. He says, he addresses the booing and says, "I know you don't love me yet, but I love you. I'm excited to test the waters. And oh boy, Mr. Paul, the last thing you should do when the crowd's booing you is acknowledge it."
Yeah. Oh my god, I know. What was that? It was like he was baiting them almost.
Mm-hmm. The crowd acknowledges you. Take notes from Roman. That's why he's in boxing. He doesn't have to address the crowd at all.
Right.
Alright, so Morrison says, "I see what you did there. Wet guys are the best guys. I think a lot of people are thirsty of what to expect of the Paul brothers." The Miz then comes out and says, "You forgot to introduce me. I'm Logan Paul's favorite WWE superstar, even though it's probably Sami Zayn." Logan says, "I'm more of a New Day fan, but to answer your question, Morrison, my brother and I are getting into boxing." Still continuous boos from the crowd. Miz yells at the crowd, "You will show Logan Paul some respect. We are from Cleveland, Ohio. His brother Jake is fighting in that hometown in a sold-out arena. From being a YouTube sensation to his impulsive podcast to boxing Mayweather. You have made mad money and bigger headlines." And he just turned face with this one question. He says, "I'm going to ask you the real questions right now. In what round is your brother getting knocked out in?" And suddenly Miz got over with the crowd so hard.
Yeah.
Even though he's gonna be the heel of the Miz Morrison feud, after that he should be the face. Logan says Jake is gonna knock out the other guy, and he gets in Miz's face. Miz says, "Gets out of my face." Logan says, "Or what?" And then Morrison says, "As much as we'd love to see Logan kick Miz's ass," cut off by the Miz. "What? You think this is a joke?" Morrison just says, "You're making this about you. Does Miz make..." Or he asks the crowd now, "Does Miz make everything about him?" The crowd doesn't really respond. Miz says, "Moist TV is a direct spin-off of Miz TV. It was given to you out of the goodness of my heart." Logan's just dips. And Morrison says, "Look what you did." Oh, no, Miz says, "Look what you did." Morrison says, "You made the interview about you." Miz says, "All this water stuff has been about you. I should have been fighting for the titles at SummerSlam. Instead, we were using water guns." Morrison says, "You didn't have a problem with water guns when you're faking an injury." Miz says, "You didn't even invite me on your show." Xavier Woods comes out to start a match against the Miz. And this promo, despite it having Logan Paul, the interactions between Miz and Morrison, they felt very real. It felt like two friends getting in an argument. Like, I felt it.
Yeah, okay, here's the thing, is that in my opinion, and people can say that I'm fucking insane or fucking wrong. That's fine. It's my opinion. In my opinion, Miz and Morrison were getting stale.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like there was a lot of
as a duo.
Yeah. Yeah. We stopped getting dirt sheets. Miz TV was never very enjoyable. I think this is for the best, but at the same time, like, having them broken up does kind of make me, like, I don't know, kind of sad.
Yeah, that's called being emotionally invested in the product.
Yeah, that's true.
These two guys have been doing, regardless of the stories they've been in, they've been doing an amazing job individually. And plus, they're great friends in real life, so it makes sense why they would be able to have an interaction like this that feels real. I mean, since we started watching, I've been a big mark for Miz, because he's such an incredible talent on the mic. He's great in the ring too, but mostly on the mic.
Yeah. He's a really good words guy.
Yeah. Words guy.
Yeah, or one might say speaker.
A talker.
One of those, yeah.
Then we get an Elias promo, same as last time. Seems like the formula they're doing. They do the one from last episode first, and then towards the end of the episode, they do the new one. They did that with the Eva Marie promos too. And then we get...
in case you missed it.
In case you missed it.
It's like in case you missed it.
Yeah. And then we get Xavier Woods versus The Miz.
This was a hell of a match.
It was really fun.
Yeah. So there's a side headlock on Xavier. Xavier breaks free, rolls The Miz up. He wants the single leg crab on The Miz, but can't get it. There's a shoulder tackle instead. To Xavier, a super kick to the stomach of The Miz, and then he lifts Xavier out of the ring, slams him face first into the apron. Miz goes up top, jumps down, and Xavier avoids it, so The Miz lands flush on his knee, injuring him a little bit. There's some chops to Miz in the corner. Miz's knee is hurting him real bad. He gets the ref to kind of like give him a second. Xavier definitely thinks that this is total bullshit though the entire time. And it is, because Miz ends up using that knee to jab Xavier in the stomach, and then he sends Xavier over that same exact knee. Xavier, however, manages to get the Miz down to the ground, sentons onto the Miz while he is in cow pose. It's, what that is, I believe, in yoga. If you will. At least that's what I learned. I could be wrong. Yeah, because there's cat and cow. Cat
dog.
And cow. Downward dog. Sucks. It's the worst one. It's probably one. I couldn't, like, the way you're looking down makes me feel like you're like reading off of something.
No.
Your yoga rules book.
Yeah, no, I've got the official WWE yoga rules on here. Along with all the NFTs I've saved. The bot.
Yeah. Yeah. Because Mark's really rich like that.
Yeah, I put in and bought all those NFTs. All the John Cena NFTs, spent like $22,000, something like that.
Yeah, we have no money now, so.
Yeah. Gotta sell the apartment.
Yep, gotta sell the apartment.
Yeah.
Anywho, so there's a drop kick to the Miz through the ropes, or Xavier attempts to. Miz dodges it, throws Xavier into the barricade, and then John Morrison wets the ground, with the idea that Xavier will be the one sliding across it. That's not the case. The Miz is the one that ends up getting slid across the ground, right into the stairs. Back in the ring, there's some kicks to the chest of Xavier, because Miz is back on top. Xavier starts fighting back, only to be thrown into the corner and then kicked. Miz charges in for another kick, but Xavier avoids it, hits a neckbreaker to the Miz off the second rope. Xavier then tosses Miz to the outside area, sends double boots through the ropes to the Miz, and then cannonballs down onto him ringside. Woods then goes up top, crossbodies down onto the Miz. The Miz, however, ends up in a position where he wants the skull-crushing finale. John Morrison mistimes a request from the Miz for the dripstick to be brought into play. Mistimes it. Xavier avoids it. Thus, the Miz gets sprayed instead. Miz ends up attempting to roll up Xavier, but Eddie Arango, our lovely referee for this evening's match, is busy yelling at John Morrison for using the dripstick. And so the Miz's roll-up is not counted.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Miz gets rolled up by Xavier, which on the other hand is very much counted. And the Miz is pissed. I don't know if you took notes on this, Mark.
I could still tell you what happened.
Okay.
So Miz looks very visibly pissed off, but they still grab the dripsticks and they spray the crowd with them, a little bit of crowd service. Then Miz, when Morrison has his back turned, he gives him an elbow right in the back of the head and then just starts wailing on him, gets the skull-crushing finale onto Morrison, and just kind of lays there with his body. Very, very intense moment. Like that was very well done from the Miz. Just seeing him laying next to his best friend.
The Miz looks like a different kind of heel now.
Yeah. He looks less like a chicken shit.
Yeah.
I mean, when he said he should be fighting for championships at SummerSlam instead of playing with water guns, that was the moment where he turned.
True.
I am so excited to see where these two go next week, because that match
I hope it doesn't end next week though.
Yeah.
Like that would suck.
Yeah, I mean, I don't I want it to be like a clean match, but at the same time, a clean match would mean it's over because it's WWE.
This deserves a Bailey and Sasha level all out.
Yeah, yeah. So after that, we get Rhea Ripley and Nikki Nikki Ash, sorry, backstage. Nikki says, I'm not letting what happened at SummerSlam get me down. It would lift my spirits if you were my partner against Nia and Shayna. Rhea says, beating Nia and Shayna would lift my spirits too, so I'm in. Why was Nikki booked to face Nia and Shayna if she doesn't have a partner?
I don't know. That's a weird one.
Yeah. I mean, we're getting into the territory of like how much do WWE bookings make sense. But like why would you book a singles wrestler up against a tag team without that person having a partner?
What? Yeah. Why would you? I mean, why? And it's not just why would you book a singles wrestler to do that. Why would you book somebody who doesn't have a partner in general?
Yeah.
That's the confusing part.
Or you don't even put them with a partner. You tell them either find a partner or you're in a handicap match. Like, what? I mean, I get they do that on TV, but like it's a punishment normally.
It makes no sense. And it would have made a lot more sense if they somehow mixed in the idea that Rhea pissed off Nia. Because Rhea pissed off Nia.
Right.
And like we went from there.
It should have been Nikki saying, it would lift my spirits if I could join your match against Nia Jax and Shayna Basler. Because at least then it's like, okay, I could see Rhea getting into a handicap match against them.
Yeah.
Makes sense for Rhea to be fighting one or both of them. And it's just WWE logic. It's annoying.
In the song "See You Again" by Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
And that line, she's just being Miley.
No.
That's what we should just be kind of like leaving it up to with the WWE.
Just WWE.
Yeah, she's just being Miley.
So up next we have the Reginald 24/7 title segment.
Can I say? Sorry. I was so not paying attention to this that I like was confused. I was like, why was this advertised and never shown? I dumbass.
Oh. So he's walking with the camera and he says, we're kind of in the park still. He says, I couldn't afford going to the ice cream truck going up. And talks some more about like his neighborhood growing up. Says he had to be smart. Truth tries to surprise Reginald from behind in a ghillie suit. Reginald instead hands him an ice cream cone. Tozawa appears in a trash can again. Reginald hands him an ice cream cone as well. Reginald takes the opportunity to run away. They chase him. Reginald climbs on top of the ice cream truck and flips off of it, and then starts driving away in the ice cream truck. I think he stole it.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
I mean, this is what we should be seeing with the 24/7 title. Like, kind of wrestlers trying to get pinned in their everyday life. Like when we saw Gronk get pinned in his own home.
I like how this is going for that purpose. I am still like a little bit like not as enthused as I'd like to be.
Yeah. They should retire the title or something. Just get rid of it.
Yeah, or just figure something else out. Make it worth, like, make the matches worth something if you're going to end up showing matches.
Make it so the title has to be defended every episode. And so it has to be in like a match still, but it has to be defended every episode.
Well, so far Reginald has technically been defending his every episode.
Yeah, but by running away.
If that counts to you. Yeah, actually that's fair. You never see the 24/7 champ pinning anyone.
Yeah. Yeah, unless it's Shelton. When Shelton was a 24/7 champ.
True, that was like the one time I think I've seen that.
Mm-hmm. All right, so then we have Riddle backstage. He runs into Randy, tries to give him a hug, but Randy stops him. Riddle says, "Was that hug a one-time thing last week? My stepdad wasn't a hugger either." Randy says, "I'm not big on surprises or celebrations, so if you could just not do anything stupid." Riddle says, "Trust me, would I do anything stupid?" And then we go back to the ring for Jinder Mahal versus Monsoor.
Alright, so let me tell you why I fucking hated this match.
Oh, this sucked.
No, see, I wasn't really mad about the match itself. I'm mad about the implications. I'm also mad that the crowd was fucking quiet for a lot of it. But also, this crowd kind of sucked, in my opinion. Outside of the Logan Paul stuff. That was funny as fuck. But I'm mad. I'm mad here. I'm mad because... Let me center myself real quick. I'm going to sound like a crazy person. I'm going to probably go a little Charlie Day here. But Drew McIntyre is one of the strongest characters they have right now in the sense that he's really good on the microphone.
Yeah.
He can cut a fucking promo like nobody else. And he doesn't fucking shut up. He tells stories really, really well. I am mad that the two best fucking feuds that they would have had storyline-wise, they brushed through.
To be fair, Monsoor and Mustafa versus Retribution wasn't exactly a feud. That was just Monsoor and Mustafa getting their footing with being a tag team. I don't think they had any ilk towards T-Bar and Mace.
I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is that Jinder was part of this match.
Oh, you said two feuds. That's why I...
Yeah, Sheamus and Jinder.
Oh, I thought... Okay.
The two feuds for Drew.
Right.
They took two feuds that they could have capitalized on story-wise and just said, fuck it. I understood the Monsoor Mustafa Retribution thing. I kind of understood that angle. But it's just... Like, guys, you suck at storytelling so much that there's good stories slapping you in the face and you don't even see them. It just makes me so mad. I'm so mad that the Jinder feud is over. I knew they were going to do this too. I knew it in my soul. I did.
Yep.
Anyways.
It was over, but did it ever really begin?
And the feud was more with like Veer and Shanky.
Yeah. It never heated up between Jinder and Drew. Yeah. It sucks, but what are you gonna do? It's just WWE.
He's just being Miley.
Yeah. Just being WWE.
So Jinder just is pummeling Monsoor. But there's a kick under the jaw to Jinder. Jinder ends up tossing Monsoor to the apron and goes to pull him over the ropes, but Monsoor ends up hanging Jinder up on the top rope. Jinder gets hit with a crossbody. He slams Monsoor down and hits him with a knee drop. There's a huge boot to the face of Monsoor. There's nothing that Jinder Mahal does better than fucking kicking somebody in the fucking teeth.
Yeah.
So good at it. And then Jinder Mahal DQs because he's being too fucking mean. Which I forgot that that's how the match ended, so that's why I also don't like this match.
Yeah. He disqualified himself, which is kind of dumb. All right, so
And Mustafa yells at Monsoor afterwards. And I kind of get it now because I think they want them to go up for the titles
against
come Crown
RK Bro.
Jewel against RK Bro, which are faces. And right now, the Monsoor is like the heel or the face holding back those two from being heels. So
Yeah, we'll probably get, regarding the tag titles at Extreme Rules, we'll get RK Bro versus AJ and Omos. And then come Crown Jewel, RK Bro versus Mustafa and Mansoor. They need a name. They really need a name. Mustafa and Mansoor doesn't roll off the tongue so well. What would you name them?
God, I don't know. I like saying their names, so I wouldn't want to change it.
Man Moose.
Man Moose. There you go. That's perfect. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Manstafa.
Man. Oh, God.
Miriam said Mustafa called them the halal guys.
Wait, yes, that's perfect. That's what they should be called.
Okay. So after that, we get Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest backstage.
What was this?
I don't know. This is buying time. Damien said, I hear champs have a good time. You should know. Thank you for having my back out there. Drew says, there was something in it for me. I dislike those two the most out of anyone in the world. Damien says, winning this title is a moment I dreamed of when I was a kid. This feels like I'm living a dream. Drew says, call it the San Diego dream. Tonight you're coming out with me. Yeah, they could have made a match a little bit longer and just not have this promo.
This was just, it was so weird, and like it really seemed like Drew and Damien didn't know what they were supposed to be doing there.
Yeah, that's about it. But after that we had Charlotte Flair come out, and she says, "What did I tell you? Was there doubt in anyone's mind? That's how many times now? I don't have enough fingers to count. 12 times. I am the most decorated female in WWE. No one compares to the opportunity. Your champion, Charlotte Flair. I'm surprised none of you have made a commemorative statue of me. The Statue of Opportunity. My accomplishments are unparalleled. I'm going to hold on to this title as long as I physically can, because I don't need friends, I do not need family, and I sure as hell don't need the WWE Universe."
She said, I did not need family, and I said,
Even though...
Are you allowed to reference that you have a family?
Even though, you know, she's still with her family wherever they go.
She doesn't need them, though, Mark.
Sure.
Doesn't need them.
All I need, I have right here. Gesturing to the title. So when I woke up, I took a long look in the mirror and I saw my beautiful cheekbones, this chiseled physique, and this glowing talent that only God could have given me. Oh, she's really going Miro on us. I saw you're Raw Women's Champion, and tonight I wanted to give you the opportunity to watch me walk around in this outfit and with this title. I am here to restore order. It's time a real woman held this title and made everyone remember what it's like to be proud to watch Raw. And we'll make some changes. I'm not messing around anymore. I hope everyone is listening. I started the first ever Women's Evolution. Tonight I'm starting a new one. You can thank me now, or thank me later. But don't forget to bow, because I am your queen, your champion. Long live the queen. Then Alexa Bliss comes out. And I said, okay, this is, I can vibe with this. She says, congratulations, Charlotte. We wanted to say hi. And that's that. Now, who's going for the title, whether it's Alexa or Lily, that's up for debate. But up next, we have a promo with Shayna, Basler, and Nia Jax. Shayna said, so you want to team with me tonight and not Charlotte? Nia said, I saw an opportunity to get into the title picture, so I took it, but now that Charlotte won the title, I'm no closer. Shayna says, that's what you get for teaming with someone else. We butt heads a lot, but when we're on the same page, no one beats us. Let's show everyone we are the unstoppable force. And then we get another Elias vignette. And he says, before WWE stood for Walk with Elias, it stood for World Wrestling Entertainment. I'm here to conquer wrestling and become a champion. After that, I can conquer the world. From ashes come opportunity. Long live Elias, the WWE superstar.
What the fuck does that mean?
I think it means he's dropping 100% dropping the guitar gimmick and turning, I don't know.
Into just a wrestler with no gimmick whatsoever?
Yeah.
Is his gimmick being a wrestler? Is that it?
His gimmick is being a main event guy.
That's fucking incredible.
And
incredibly stupid, but incredible.
And then he put on a hat that looks like a cowboy hat before it's shaped. If you all Google unshaped cowboy hat and look at the images, that's exactly what it was. All right. So then we get Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax and Shayna Basler.
How'd you feel about this match?
I thought it was fine. It's nice to see Nikki and Rhea as a tag team. They worked pretty well together, but I think Nia and Shayna were kind of unparalleled with their tag team work. Not a fan of Nia Jax doing the whole booty thing.
Yeah, that's new.
So it's like a Rikishi.
It doesn't bother me that much, but it is a new thing for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So we get Shayna and Rhea to start. We're just grappling for a little while, just grappling like ladies do. Shayna wants the elbow stomp. She gets caught. Rhea grabs her foot and slams her down onto her face by kind of sweeping it out from under. Nikki gets in. Rhea, kind of like homage to Killian Dane, picks up Nikki and dumps her down onto Shayna. I was like, oh. Make her feel like she's just at home. So Nikki rolls up Shayna, no luck. There's a head scissors takedown to Shayna, and she charges at Miss Basler, but Nikki gets lifted to the apron. She comes back in with a roll up though. Nia gets in. There's an elbow stomp to Nikki before Shayna fully leaves the ring. Shayna and Nia start taking turns beating the shit out of Nikki. Shayna pulls Nikki off the apron. We go to commercial break. When we come back, it's Nia. Shayna gets tagged in immediately. Nia lifts Nikki. Shayna hits her with a pump knee strike. As Jimmy Smith would say, a ground and pound on Nikki. Which Jimmy didn't say today, and I was like, wow, you really let me down, buddy. I wonder if they were like, Jimmy, you can't call literally everything a ground and pound.
Yeah.
You gotta tone it down. So Shayna whips Nikki into the turnbuckle. Nia gets in. She slams her ass into Nikki's face. Nia then lifts Nikki, accidentally kicks Shayna off the apron with Nikki's feet, though, which... All right. Incredible misfortune. Nia ends up going up top, but Nikki takes her legs out. Rhea gets in. Shayna gets in. There's some short arm clotheslines to Shayna, and a headbutt to Shayna, and a snapmare, and a hip attack to Nia, and a basement dropkick to Shayna, and then a Northern Lights suplex. Jesus fucking Christ. And then a missile dropkick. And then Nia comes in to save the pin, but ends up getting a boot from Rhea and falls on Shayna. Nikki then crossbodies Nia off the apron, and we get a headbutt to Shayna and a riptide to win. Rhea is looking better and better.
Yeah.
Every fucking week.
She's finding her footing on the main roster. It really shows.
I just really hope that we see Asuka again sometime soon, because
Yeah. No idea what's going there, but hopefully everything's going fine. So we then get Morrison backstage. He says, that's it. No more Miz and Morrison. No more Miz TV. No more Dirt Sheet. I'm ending this thing next week. We'll see. You're on Raw. If next week
you
means
might
3 months.
End it. 3 months is even a bit light. You know what's crazy though? I still feel like WrestleMania was like yesterday. And we're starting to reach the end of the year.
Yeah.
And we're starting to reach like TLC time. We're starting to reach Royal Rumble time. And it's starting to kind of get into my head. And I'm like,
We're
doesn't
close.
stop.
We're close to Survivor Series.
I think the way... So I think it's going to go Extreme Rules, Crown Jewel, Survivor Series, TLC.
Yeah. If they do TLC in December again.
Also, I'm only saying that because that's what I think. I know that there is a finite, or not finite, that's not, an official list of the upcoming dates.
Yeah.
But.
So we then get RK Bros celebration. Riddle gets in the ring first and he says, RK Bro's been on a wild ride. First we were together, then Randy was gone and came back and RKO'd me. Then we got back together. Then at SummerSlam, RK Bro won the Raw Tag Team Championships. And now there's one thing left to do. Have the dopest celebration ever. So everyone introduce the Viper, Randy Orton. Randy Orton comes out. Riddle says to Mike Rome, do the thing we talked about. He introduces them together as RK Bro. The graphic comes up on the Titan. Pyro shoots off. And Riddle says friendship is as important as a championship. So I got you something special, Randy. He hands him a scooter with tassels on the handles. Randy just shakes his head. Riddle says, I know you've been eyeing mine from a distance. He shows how to unfold the scooter and to fold it back up. Says, you're my best buddy, and I want you to have this. AJ Styles and Omos come out. Riddle says, you got something to say? AJ says, yeah, I got something to say. Look, Omos, Randy got a scooter. A stupid scooter for you to break over your knee. Hey, Riddle, I just happened to notice Randy didn't get you anything. No gift, no presents, no candy, no plant, which you would think would be the perfect gift. Not even a hug. Don't fret. That means don't worry. God damn it. What the fuck, AJ? Was he just saying that means don't worry?
I have no clue.
Maybe that was meant to be condescension towards Riddle. Like, he thinks he's so stupid he doesn't know what fret means. He says, I got you something. I got you a phenomenal forearm right across your face. I'm gonna whoop that ass like I have every time I step in the ring with you until we get our rematch for the title. Right here, right now. Riddle says, you might have beaten me last time, but that was before RK Bro was back together. I'm gonna beat you with the 3 most dangerous letters in sports entertainment. RK Bro. You notice Randy didn't say a single word in this promo.
Did Randy say that much at all tonight?
He told Riddle not to be stupid. Not to do anything stupid. And he doesn't like celebrations.
Right. I just, one of those things.
Mm-hmm. And now, finally, we have Riddle versus AJ Styles.
Yes. So we get a gut wrench suplex on AJ, and we're just grappling. Just grappling and grappling, as ladies do. There's a kick to the chest of AJ that eventually sends him outside of the ring. There's a PK on the apron to AJ, and then Riddle goes for a floating bro down to ringside, but AJ gets back in the ring before he can execute it. He attempts a senton onto AJ, but AJ avoids that as well. We get 3 gut wrench suplexes to AJ, and then a leaping clothesline to Riddle. Riddle tries to hit a sunset flip, but AJ reverses into a Styles Clash setup. But Riddle gets a triangle hold on AJ and eventually tosses both of them from the ring. There's then a headlock on Riddle post-commercial break. Riddle fights out of it. There's a Pele kick to AJ and a running elbow. Riddle gets up, suplexes AJ, hits him with a big PK to the chest, hits him with another fisherman suplex. He wants the Bro Derek, but he just can't get it. There's a boot to the face of Riddle, slowing him down, and a moonsault into a DDT. The same thing that he did at Survivor Series. Yep, at that one. At the pay-per-view that hasn't happened yet. He hits the moonsault into a DDT that he hit at SummerSlam, which seems unnecessary, but I think it looks really cool. Yeah. Like, you're losing all of your momentum in one go, but I think it's fun. Hits a gutbuster to Riddle. He goes for the phenomenal forearms, but he is met with Riddle. Riddle ends up grabbing AJ while he goes up top. Hits him with a running power slam, but AJ maneuvers himself to put Riddle right into a calf crusher. Riddle, however, turns that into a bromission on AJ. There's then a pump knee strike to AJ, or a ripcord knee, I think. Randy then... Omos does something to interfere with the match. I didn't quite catch it. But Randy runs at Omos. And gets fucked up in, like, the worst way.
Yep.
AJ hits a fireman's carry takeover back in the ring to Riddle. And then Randy starts attacking Omos with his new scooter, and Riddle gets a Bro Derek to win.
Yeah. I thought this was a really fun match. But it was a really fun match that, despite it having two guys on the sidelines, they didn't get involved in the match at all.
Yeah.
Even though Randy could have.
I thought that it was really cool.
Yeah.
And I'm not shocked either.
So, before we get into the best of the night, Liz, do you want to reenact T-Bar and Mace's Twitter conversation?
Can I be T-Bar?
You could be T-Bar, I'll be Mace.
Okay.
For those who don't know, during this main event, T-Bar and Mace were tweeting at each other. A whole conversation that lasted it lasted 30 minutes. So
wow, that's incredible.
It is hilarious. If you didn't see it on Twitter, we're gonna reenact it right now. So you were T-Bar, so you go first. I sent you the tweet and you saw it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So let's begin. Hey, at Mace the Wrestler, let's go interrupt this crap and kick these guys' asses.
Hold on, gotta poop.
Hurry up, dude.
I have trouble under pressure. Please stop.
Mace, let's go. They're standing in the ring, not even paying attention.
There's a line.
Mace, let's go now. AJ and Omos are out there. We can just take them all out. They're all still out there. Are you almost done?
Sorry, bro. Caught Monsoor looking submissive and breedable.
Wait, what?
Nothing, bro. Don't worry about it.
Mace, the show ends in 2 minutes. We have to go now.
Okay, ready. Now you got your costume on?
It ended, Mace. The show's over. We missed the opening. Yes, my costume is on.
First of all, calling it a costume.
Cinema!
Oh, these guys are fucking amazing. Oh my god. All right. So you want to do the best of the night?
Real quick, there's a chance that by tomorrow we will have signs again, and I won't suffer.
Oh,
I have no
good.
structure right now.
Mm-hmm. Good. So while we're doing the best of the night, afterwards we'll be doing our question segment. So if you have a question for us and you're watching the live show, leave it in the chat and we'll get to it after the bests of the night. But first, let's talk about promo of the night. Liz, do you know what you were going to pick for promo of the night?
I think so, yeah. I think it's a pretty obvious choice.
Is it Moist TV?
Ironically, it is.
Yeah, despite Logan Paul being there, just
Oh, the boos made it worth it. The boos were almost half the reason why I said that this is the best promo.
Yeah. But then you add in Morrison and Miz giving a fantastic interaction with each other. Just two buds fighting. It was great. All right, Wrestler of the Night. Where is it? Where are we? Wrestlers of the Night. I know who I'm gonna pick. Do you know who you're gonna pick?
No.
Okay.
Can you pick out some of your favorites and tell me, and then I can make an educated guess?
Sure. So first up, we had Damian Priest versus Bobby Lashley. I guess I'll go with Damian Priest. The match didn't long enough to warrant one better than the other. After that, we had the tag team match, Drew and Damien versus Bobby and Sheamus. Still gonna go with Damien. He's pretty impressive. Didn't love really anyone in this match. I don't know. Then we had Carrion Cross versus Ricochet. I guess I'll fucking go with Carrion. Ricochet didn't do anything. Then we had The Miz versus Xavier Woods. Woods is fun to watch, but not as impressive as he normally is. It felt fine. Average. Decent. Sure. Then we had Jinder Mahal versus Monsoor. I'll go with Jinder, I guess. I mean, Jinder dominated practically the whole thing, so it's hard to say Monsoor. Then we had Ripley and Nikki Ash versus Nia Jax and Shayna Basler. I'm actually going to go with Nia Jax because her demeanor has changed a lot recently when it comes to her in-ring wrestling. And her chemistry with Shayna has gotten great. I mean, there was a moment where she was holding Nikki Ash in her arms. Shayna runs in and knees her in the head. And then Nia just tosses her, and like it looks like the most casual, just disrespectful toss because of the mix of how she tosses and then her expression on her face. I feel like she's really into this tag team now that Reginald's gone.
Nia, just in general, Nia, when this tag team formed, so much changed about her.
Yeah.
She looks like she's having fun again,
Yeah.
which she did not look like for a while.
Yeah. And then finally, AJ Styles versus Riddle. I'm gonna go with AJ Styles. He's so much fun. He's one of my favorite wrestlers for a reason. The dude is so talented in the ring, and he constantly shakes things up. I mean, with that that inverted DDT leaping off the top rope. I mean.
What is like? It's so ridiculous, and I love watching it.
Yeah. And he's just so damn talented. I mean, his character work in the ring as well as his great moveset. The dude is bar none. He really is. So I'm gonna go with AJ Styles.
Okay.
You agree?
I will agree with you.
Cool. All right, now let's move on to match of the night. This is an easy one for me. Going from best to worst, worst to best. Sorry. Starting with 3 out of 10. Jinder Mahal versus Monsoor. This could have been a very exciting match. These guys are both extremely talented. But they made it almost a squash by having Jinder DQ himself by beating up Monsoor in the corner. Next up, another 3 out of 10. Damian Priest versus Bobby Lashley. Could have been a really fun match, but they decided to DQ it super early. Next up, 4 out of 10. Carrion Cross versus Ricochet. Extremely one-sided squash. The only reason I give it a 4 as opposed to a 3 is because this is how Carrion should have been booked from the beginning. This is his character. I know like what character, but like this is how he should have been booked from the beginning. Better late than ever, I guess.
Yeah.
Next up, 5 out of 10, Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax and Shayna Basler. It was fine. It was pretty decent. It wasn't exceptional. No amazing performance from anyone. The match didn't feel like it really served a purpose. And having Nikki and Rhea win kind of doesn't serve anything. Doesn't get anyone over. Doesn't advance a storyline. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
And then 6 out of 10, The Miz versus Xavier Woods. Really fun match. It was really fun. The storyline with Morrison trying to get involved, but ultimately screwing over Miz was a lot of fun. And yeah, it was just very entertaining. Very sports entertaining.
Were you sports entertained?
I was sports entertained today.
Okay.
Well, at least in that match. Alright, so next up, 6 out of 10, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest versus Bobby Lashley and Sheamus. Loved the nice clean pin. Worked out really well. It was a fun match. Bobby leaving serves that disrespect, that heel behavior, while also allowing a clean pin to happen. And it pushes forward the Sheamus Bobby storyline, which sounds like a lot of fun.
I'm hoping that this is a real storyline and not just next week we get a match and then we never see that happen again.
Yeah. All right. And then finally the match of the night, 7 out of 10, Riddle versus AJ Styles. It's a matchup that we've gotten a lot of times before, but it delivers every single time. Super fun to watch, and there was no outside involvement in the match itself. Great fun. These guys put on a banger of a match. And yeah, sports entertained. Do you agree?
I think I do.
All right. Perfect. So, promo of the night, to run it back. Promo of the night was Moist TV. Wrestler of the night was AJ Styles. Match of the night, Riddle versus AJ Styles. All right. So, do you want to answer some questions?
See.
All right. So, we got one in chat from Miriam. She asked, if you had to dress up as a wrestler for Halloween this year, who would you pick?
Macho Man Randy Savage. Thank you.
You want to do a modern one and an all-time one?
Sure, but I've actually thought about dressing up as Randy Savage several times now.
Really?
I fucking hate Halloween, and I would do that.
You should. You should do it. That'd be awesome.
I feel like if I like freshly washed my hair too, it'd be like as like fucking like poofy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Oh, all right. Macho Man Randy Savage or Shawn Michaels. Fully with the leather daddy suit though, like the red and black one that he had.
Okay.
It was so hot back. Anyways, current wrestler. I don't know. I feel like you'd have to choose somebody that wears distinctive gear.
Yeah. Like you can't just dress up as Drew McIntyre.
I mean, I wear plaid trunks and carry a sword around. People might get the idea.
Wet your hair.
I would dress
Do
up.
Goldberg. Just get like that horrible tattoo drawn in your arm.
Oh my god. No, I'm thinking either Charlotte Flair's an option because Charlotte Flair has a pretty distinctive look with the robe.
Could do an AEW wrestler.
Yeah, I know. I'm just my brain automatically thinks of WWE, and then I've got to like dare myself to go outside the prance around outside of the box. I feel like Orange Cassidy is an option for you.
Yeah, that is an option if I want to be realistic with it and have nobody recognize me. You could do Chris Statlander.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that. Fucking
Okay.
do that. I was just thinking about it. I was like, oh, she's a brunette, and I love that about her because I love brunette wrestlers because we get like 5 of those every quarter of a century.
Mm-hmm. Classic wrestler for me would be Scott Steiner. That would be
Like
fucking
Petey
incredible.
Williams.
Petey Williams. The chainmail, sunglasses. Oh, it's great.
Oh, we could do it together like Petey did with what's her fucking name? The hot short
Jordan
one.
Grace.
Yeah. We could do it together like they did it.
Now a modern wrestler. You see, one image that came up was Black Taurus, but that was I couldn't do that. Let's see.
That'd be a Halloween costume for sure.
I feel like AEW wrestlers are more over the top when it comes to looks and gimmicks than WWE. I mean, there's the Fiend, but that's a lot. I don't know if I would want to dress up as the Fiend. Orange Cassidy is a choice. Luchasaurus would be doable. That could be fun.
Yeah. Also, depending on the Halloween, you could do Jungle Boy. But if it's a somewhat typical New York Halloween, you might not want to do that.
Yeah. I feel like, are there no Impact guys that are like notable? No, I could do Chris Sabin. Take like a hoodie and put like little spikes on it.
Oh yeah, Chris Sabin would be an easy one.
Yeah.
But he's somewhat generic looking, so he could work.
Yeah, but
Fuck! That was one of the tag teams I was gonna bring in. I was gonna do the Young Bucks, and I was gonna do Motor City Machine Guns, him and Alex Shelley. That was the other tag team I was thinking of. Dang it!
Also Miriam said it has to be a wrestler with like a big costume, not like Elias's jeans and tank top.
Fair.
So modern. It can't be Chris Sabin then, because that's easy.
So then, yeah, I mean, I think Chris Statlander still counts.
Yeah, Chris Statlander still counts because he got the makeup look. Let's see. I don't know. This is tough.
I feel like Luchasaurus is a good one, though.
Luchasaurus is a good one, but I definitely could not pull that off. There's Brood Edge.
Brood Edge would be so sick, and those sunglasses are definitely in now. So like you have all the opportunities.
I hate that they're in now. Oh,
and
God.
then you could get a puffy shirt, and I could make Seinfeld jokes at you.
I could do Evil Uno. That would be a fun one.
There you go.
I think really anyone from Dark Order, except Colt Cabana. Actually, not really Colt Cabana. Sting would be fun. And one of us could be regular Sting, and the other one could be NWO Sting.
Perfect. I love that. One of us could be regular Sting, and one of us could be Sting with a mask on.
Yeah.
Sting with a Sting mask on, rather.
The Demon Finn Balor. Okay, that's my modern one. I'll do Demon Finn. That's it.
Demon Finn is the most questionable thing to me, and because like I love it, and then I'm like, do I love it though? And then I'm like, yeah, I do, and then I'm like, but do I? And it's back and forth all day.
Or should I do Painmaker Chris Jericho? Like a fucking clown.
Personally, I would prefer Demon Finn.
Oh God! Like I wanted there to. I wish LA Knight had like a over the top costume, but no. Ooh, the Blade. The Blade's got a good one.
But is that too basic?
It's like the apron, the glasses, the mask. I feel like that's like a costume.
I think the apron makes it a costume.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know. There's not really anyone else that I can think of. Kind of going through a list of wrestlers right now.
Well, lucky for you, Demon Finn is a costume you can get online.
Is it?
I think so, yeah.
How is it not just painting yourself? Is it like the tassels? Like the tentacles or whatever?
I don't know. It's like a top half, like a muscle suit.
Oh.
So like it's like got the.
I'd rather just.
I'm pretty good at art, actually. I could probably do that to you.
Yeah, I would much rather do that than muscle suit.
Yeah, I could definitely do that for you. Stinking Finn Balor.
Man, there's not a lot of modern guys with like over the top looks. Okay, no. It's easy. It's easy. This beats all of them. This even beats Scott Steiner. Today's Carrion Cross.
Oh my god, stop that.
The foam gladiator helmet that looks like it was stapled together.
Stop. Wait, real quick. So I'm looking online right now, and you can get a Ric Flair robe. Like, I was just going to see if you can get a Charlotte Flair costume, because I don't have any costume ideas this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate Halloween, so I'm not going to think of any. And this is probably the best idea I've had so far. I can get a Ric Flair robe. So I'm thinking about things now.
You could. You could. You could be like Doc Gallows wearing the Ric Flair robe.
You mean Sourpuss? Oh no, that's Carl. I'm thinking of Carl when he wears the robe because he was like pretending to be Nature Boy.
Oh.
And it was Sourpuss.
No, I just mean that episode of Dynamite.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
All right.
See, now you got me thinking, Miriam. Thanks. I mean that, actually.
Ooh,
I wasn't excited.
What?
Oh, we can get a 2-pack of Sin Cara masks. Marcus. This is like the first time I've actually been excited for looking at Halloween costumes, so it's kind of nice, actually.
God, I just had one in mind. I lost. How did I lose it? Fuck. Oh, I could do Terminator Brian Cage. That's a look.
It totally looks fully glued together. So.
It's better than Carrion's fucking stapled gladiator
helmet. Oh
helmet.
yeah, no, anything is better than that.
All right. Oh no, Stardust. Stardust. That's it. That's it. Game over.
All right. Alrighty.
You could also do Chelsea Green's hot mess, like the half hot mess, half normal.
I feel like it's got to be really hard to make your makeup look intentionally crappy or fucked up.
I don't know. Maybe. But that's all the questions that we have. Liz, would you... Oh, what if I just showed up to Halloween looking like Lance Archer? Double braids and everything. I don't know if you're thinking seriously or...
I'm just thinking about how that would affect me personally. Interesting. Anyways, I'll think on that.
Would you like to close the show?
Yeah, sure. If you joined us tonight, thank you so much. And if you join us in the future, thank you so much. We will be back tomorrow night. I keep thinking it's Tuesday, so.
Mm-hmm.
But we will be back tomorrow night with our NXT podcast. Please join us.
Thank you all for watching. If you want to see us do a WWE 2K20 stream or YouTube video, let us know. We're gonna do one for 22, but let us know if you want us to do 20 before then. This would be like ASAP. Follow and subscribe. Our YouTube is the Pinfall Podcast. You can see all of our previous episodes there. But subscribe to our Twitch for the best experience. You can watch us live, join in the chat, use our emotes, and more. That's twitch.tv/the Pinfall Podcast. Our Twitter is at Pinfall Podcast. I'm at the Mark Cameron. Liz is at Eliza Elaine23. And we'll see you tomorrow. It's been a hell of a week. Keep going. Thanks for watching, everybody.